you? I hope you're good. Welcome to today's video. Yeah, hi. I haven't really planned this properly, so we'll see how we go. The day that this is supposed to hopefully go out into the wildness of YouTube's is my birthday. And as you know, I've been wanting to try the recipes we are getting from Geek Gear for a while now, but I never really had a chance. But since it's my birthday, I really wanted to make myself the Harry Potter, you know, the happy birthday cake. Will it go well? Probably not. I don't really bake cakes. I'm not really a huge fan of cake. I am much more like a savory person. I made some cheesecakes before. I baked some savory stuff. I'm not like the worst cook in the world, but when it comes to cakes, I've never even done frosting properly. So this is probably gonna be a disaster, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think that it's gonna be difficult, but hopefully it's gonna just turn out to be a piece of cake. Hey! I'll see myself out by. So I got my wizarding cookbook, and I'm gonna find, I hopefully got everything that I'm gonna need. And here it is. This is what we're trying to work towards. But really, I just wanted to wear a chef's hat because I've never had it and it's so fun. According to our recipe, prep time is 30 minutes, cook time is 45 minutes, decoration time up to like 20, but we'll allow ourselves 40 or so. I'm just joking, maybe, I don't know. What we're working with today is self-rising flour, margarine of some sort. I just got this one because it has a cake on it and it says cakes, so if this doesn't work, then there's no hope for me ever. Some sugar, some eggs, baking powder, raspberry jam. Yeah, it is, okay. Some writing icing. I needed that in green, but they didn't sell these separately, so we just got everything. Some red food coloring, some butter, and icing sugar. So that's what they said that we need, and if I'm missing something, well then, it's bad. For the purpose of this video, and also maybe for my future self as an incentive to actually make some cakes, I don't know. I got myself a rotating cake stand, but mostly because I needed those icing thingies. I mean, sure, I could probably just use like a normal knife, but do you trust me with a knife? Because sometimes I don't trust myself with a knife, so. But yeah, I got my chef's hat on, but I obviously needed something Harry Potter related, so I got my Harry Otter. I know it's not in focus. So if you are really good at baking stuff, please don't judge me. We're trying our best here. And I mean, the cake is supposed to be like, supposed to look like it's messy, so that makes me feel better. That makes me feel better. I need to stop that. So the first step is to preheat the oven to 180 Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit. So far so good. Grease an 8-inch round sandwich tin. So by that I'm sure they meant to grease it with like butter, but I'm just gonna spray it with some oil because that's easier. That's how we roll here. Funny story actually, I always meant to do cooking videos on this channel on some bookish things, like adapting meals to books to represent something bookish because of my channel name. So 2 years later, here we are. Number 2, take margarine and sugar and mix until light and fluffy in consistency. Okay, let's get this started. So yeah, we're supposed to mix 170 grams of margarine with 170 grams of sugar. And in G's kitchen, we don't have any fancy KitchenAid stuff, or is that how they're called? You know, the fancy stand mixers. I'm just feeling lucky that I actually own like a normal hand mixer. So let's see if this mixes into creamy and smooth or something. Oh no, sorry, light and fluffy. Okay, so I think that this is fairly light and fluffy. I mean, I'm hoping that it is. Add baking powder to flour. Beat in eggs one at a time, adding a little sieved flour with each to prevent curdling. Fold in remaining flour. Oh, okay. We need 170 grams of self-rising flour. And we already have self-rising flour. Why do we need baking powder? I thought that's what it's for. The confusion. So 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Hi Momo, just rolling on my floor. To 170 grams of self-rising flour. Everything is 170 grams. Interesting. Okay, we got our flour with the baking powder, and now we need to beat in eggs one at a time, adding a little sieved flour with each to prevent curdling. Literally baking police coming to get me. Whoops. At the end it said to mix in the remaining flour. No, sorry, to fold in the remaining flour, so I'm folding. Though my remaining flour was like the majority, because when they say to add a little bit of flour into the eggs, like I added like a little bit, you know, just a little bit. I don't really know how much opportunity I actually have to actually mess this up. I mean, what is the worst case scenario? It doesn't like cook properly, it doesn't rise, I don't know. I think from here we once mix a smooth, place and grease sandwich tin and put in the center of the oven. So this is not really asking for any vanilla extract, but I feel like it's some sort of sin not to add vanilla extract, so I'm gonna add a little bit of vanilla extract, put it in a tin, put it in the oven. Let's deal with this. I mean, it looks fine, like, let's just see. So I popped it into the oven. We're supposed to bake it for 40 or 45 minutes and then check it with like, I'm gonna just use a toothpick. So, but I probably should set up my alarm. I feel like that would be a good idea. I will glance at it a little bit because I feel like sometimes our oven cooks a little bit fast. We need to wait for it to cool like entirely before we can work with our frosting. So, and it says that we should make the frosting whilst it's cooling. So I'm gonna go clean up and then I'll come back to you when our sponge is done. So it's been like 30 minutes, but I had a little glance at it and it seems fairly dark, so I think I'm gonna get it out and check now. I really like how my flat smells at the moment though, so that is promising. Okay, it completely came out clean, like the toothpick that I poked it with. So I'm gonna leave that to cool now, although I'm assuming it's gonna... Oh, this is from Fairloot, by the way. Random shout out to Fairloot. So according to our recipe, whilst cooling, prepare frosting. So it says mix butter with icing sugar and mix thoroughly until very light in color. So we need 225 grams of butter and same amount of icing sugar. Let's do it. So I left my butter out while I was cooking and everything, but it's still like not really like soft enough. So I thought I'm just gonna mix it before I add the sugar because it was just a clump like. So it's now basically all on the whiskers, but I'm assuming when I add the sugar it's gonna loosen up. Well, if not, then we're in a bit of a trouble. Oh no, I made a mistake. Why? This is a disaster. All of the like sugar. How am I supposed to? I sort of just manually mixed it in a little bit because I'm assuming unless you have like, you know, the stand mixer with like a lid, do not attempt to mix it before that. Wow, okay. And we came up with this, which just looks like butter, so I'm assuming I'm still gonna like mix it for longer and see what happens, but it doesn't seem right. So let's hope for the best. I don't know, is this icing now? It looks like it could be icing. I mean, the texture's spreadable. I'm thinking maybe this is the best that we could do. Okay, on to my favorite part is adding the dye into the frosting. So we're looking for this baby pink type of color. Add a few drops of red food coloring until frosting is a deep pink color. Let's go. Okay, I think I have achieved the color that I was going for. It definitely depends on your food coloring, but for me it took way more than a few drops. I started with a few drops and then just went with quite a few. And so this is how it looks like. I don't know how the color is gonna show up on the camera, but hey, the color is literally in like real life how that cake is. I'm very happy with it. So now I think they said to put it in the fridge for a little bit while the cake cools properly. Hopefully it won't take too long because it's getting really dark and it's annoying. Then our next steps say that we need to wait for the sponge to be entirely cool, which might take a while. And then slice it in half and spread generously with jam. Sandwich together and coat with frosting mix, keeping it even but messy. I think we can achieve that effect. Use writing icing to write the words "Happy Birthday, Harry." I'm gonna replace the Harry with G. The cake is for me, but I'm gonna misspell happy birthday just as the cake. I'll catch in with you in a little bit. You know what? We're just gonna say that this is cool now. So yeah, we are cutting that baby in half and then putting some raspberry jam. Oh, I forgot to take the thing off. Literally just took the frosting out of the fridge because I may have forgotten. So let's hope this is not too solidified. No, it's still pretty like, it's fine. Damn it. So the part where I need to cut it in half is where I think things will go wrong. I have a top bit here. It's still like, it's just a tiny bit. It smells like cake. It's just like a tiny bit warm, but like on the outside it's gonna be fine. I am so afraid to literally drop it now. I am dreading taking the thumbnail, by the way, because I feel like I'll need to like tilt it, and that's also where things go wrong. But I cut the cake and it actually survived, so that's good. I put what they asked for, a generous layer of jam there. The only other thing is now that I carried it onto the spinny thing, because the metal bottom like didn't come off of the cake, it's just like glued to it. It's very slidey, so I want to put some sort of blue tack or something like that to keep it in place, because I'm afraid it's gonna, like, when I twist it, it's just gonna fly off. So the next step is to actually put the icing on that I left too long in the fridge, and now it's a little bit like too hard to work with, but we'll try our best here. Okay, it's being kind of difficult because it's cold, so it spreads with like these edges. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm gonna try and put it in a microwave and with like, I know the reality is that it might completely ruin it, but I'm just literally like 10 seconds or so. Okay, literally left it for like 5 seconds and I think it actually helps, so not all ideas are horrible, just some. Okay, we got the icing on. It's kind of fun actually, because you don't have to make it perfect at all, you just have to make it messy, which is fun. So current situation is this. I'm really hoping not to drop this now. I'm gonna now decide whether I want to write happy birthday G or Harry. I also assume that we're supposed to sort of use all of the frosting, but that's a lot of frosting. I have quite a bit left here, and I already put like a very generous amount on it, so whatever I'm gonna do, I'm totally not gonna eat it by itself later. I need to get the recipe and get the correct incorrect spelling. Okay, I think it's done. This like icing tube, by the way, is not easy to work with. My hand is so sore and the line is so thin and the green is so green, but I think we're done. So I'm gonna show you obviously like the close-up, but also here, with the hopes that I'm not gonna drop it and tilt it enough for you to see. I don't know if you can or you can. Oh, careful, careful. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to take it off, the white thing, or not. I'm gonna keep it there for a while because well, basically I'm just afraid to take it off, but I'm kind of happy how it turned out. Like, let's be real, it could have been way worse. Let me know if this was fun for you to watch. This is definitely a cake that even the noobiest of noobs to baking like myself can make for their own birthday, so I really recommend it if you have one coming. I will leave the full recipe that I use here down below. I got the recipe from Geek Gear, so thanks to them as well for including that in their recipes. If you actually enjoyed this video and you want to see more of these in the future, because we have other recipes there, let me know and I will make it happen. I'm filming this before my birthday, but when I upload this I'm gonna have the first slice of the cake. So I'll let you guys know in the comments if it tasted good. Hope you guys have a wonderful day ahead of you. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Give a thumbs up if you did. Make sure to subscribe for more nonsense like this. Stay awesome, stay kind, and I will see you next time. Bye!